Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I want to say a very big shout out to every one of you for all the support and love you all give me here on my backup channel. Thank you all so much. So today we're talking something really very important, and I am really sad. It's not like a good video, and I am sick and tired of waking up every day to white people unaliving black people. And this young man was unalived in New York, in a train. And I am asking myself, how do they wake up to do something like this? And the fact that this young man was being unalived and people actually gathered to help the person unaliving him, completely is very disturbing. Seriously disturbing. And people are taking to social media to seek justice for him, because really, I do not get it. This is modern day Lane and Shane, and nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody is talking about it. Nobody is like, how is this still happening? Because I am mad. I am sad. I don't know why something like this is still happening in this very moment. It is no longer hidden in a public place. This happened in a public place. I am not going to roll that video because I don't want to traumatize anybody. I don't want you all to go start thinking about so many things and all that. For that reason, I am not bringing anything about the Lane and Shane and all that, because it is very horrifying. You know what? Stay good to the screen. Let me roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, let me roll the clip.
If you've ever been on a subway train in New York City, you've probably had an experience where somebody enters the train, says that they're hungry, they're tired, they need money, they need food. Some people ignore them, some people help them. Yesterday at 2:30 p.m. on a 2nd Avenue train, these 4 people watched as someone was murdered for begging for help. None of their names have been released, but we do know this is a former Marine who held Jordan Neely in a chokehold till he stopped breathing. This man helped hold him down. This guy over here continues to touch the body as Jordan struggles for his life. We haven't been able to confirm yet, but there was a woman's voice heard on the video screaming, "You're going to kill him." That might be this woman here, who was also in the train car. Jordan Neely was a street performer and Michael Jackson impersonator. A journalist who rode the train said that there was no reason to believe that Jordan was about to become violent. Jordan has experienced mental health issues and homelessness on and off since he was 18 years old. His mother was also strangled to death at the hands of another person. Her boyfriend was convicted and is serving 30 years in prison. No charges have been filed against these two.
Now, I'm sure by now we've all heard about 30-year-old Jordan Neely, who was strangled to death on the subway this past week. Now, there's actual footage of what occurred, but I'm not going to roll the clip because I refuse to traumatize more black people. Now, Jordan Neely was known by many for his performances on the subway and his impersonations of Michael Jackson, which you can see here. He clearly did an excellent job, and he has a history with folks in New York City. And then this week, he was on a train, riding a train as usual, and he was pacing and basically ranting to himself. Now, anybody knows, if you're from New York and you're born and raised here and you've been on the subway, that's normal behavior. That's nothing new to anybody. You just mind your business. I want to note that he was not posing any threat to anyone on the train. He was literally just speaking to himself and pacing back and forth, which is clearly a cry for help. Now, up until recently, the only thing that they let us know about his murderer was that he was a former Marine. But it has recently come out that his murderer is actually named Daniel Penny. He's 24 and he's from West Islip, New York. Now, we all know what took so long for us to get the actual information about this man, obviously. Now, in the footage, Daniel can be seen placing Jordan in a chokehold, trying to restrain him. And later we found out that Jordan actually died of compression to the neck because of the chokehold. Now, this is what happens when people try to take justice into their own hands, even when it's not needed. I also want to say 2 things can be true at once. He is absolutely guilty of murdering Jordan. But I also want to point out that a large part of the issue and why this is occurring is because the new and current mayor, Mayor Adams, is spending more time trying to support police officers rather than pour funding and support into mental health and people who are experiencing homelessness. Oh, and let's not forget, he can be seen in a club popping bottles with rappers and actors, not doing his job. Now, we're still waiting on the arrest of Daniel because what's taking so long? The evidence is in your face. You can clearly see it on film. But anyway, justice for Jordan Neely.
So hello everyone, this is Daniel J. Penny. Daniel took the life of an unhoused black man named Jordan Neely on the subway in New York, right here. Put him in a rear naked chokehold and kept him in that for upwards of 15 minutes. And Jordan died as a result. The coroner even ruled his death a homicide, yet he is walking free. Dave New World on Twitter made an excellent point with all of this. He said that if Daniel here had killed a dog on the subway, the whole world would be outraged, and we would have known his name the second we knew about it happening. Yet, he killed an unhoused black man, and instead, the press referred to that man as unhinged, released his full medical and mental health records, and referred to Daniel as a Marine veteran. The press painted a very unfavorable picture of Jordan, and while he may have been going through a mental health crisis at the moments before his death, I want you to see what the people who knew Jordan said he was like most of the time. That sweet man who was literally crying out, saying, "I am hungry, I am thirsty, I don't have a place to live." He was broken and devastated and desperate for help. And instead, he was killed. I really don't think that Daniel set out to kill him, but he was reckless, and it resulted in his death, and he needs to be held accountable for that.
This is the man that murdered Jordan Neely on the F train in New York City. Why has he not been identified? Why has he not been charged? Why was he questioned and released in the murder of a black man? Why is there zero accountability when a white man murders a black man? For what? Being angry that he was hungry in a city that 50% of its occupants can't afford to live in? Why is this man allowed to murder Jordan Neely with impunity? Identify him. Who is this? New Yorkers, somebody here knows who this man is. Identify him.
Hello TikTok, this is Lions Dan with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update on the Jordan Neely investigation for those of you that live or crawl under a rock. He's the man that has been choked to death by this guy. Now the guy has finally been revealed. His name is Daniel Penny Jr. Daniel Penny Jr. was the one that saw in the video that choked Jordan Neely to death at a New York subway station. But you can tell that a lot of information is coming back. This is his information right here. You can call the Manhattan District Attorney named Alvin Braggs, who is basically if we want to call him, demand charges of killing of Jordan Neely. But guess what? There's more. And a lot of people want to know why haven't, Daniel Penny Jr. hasn't been charged. Now we know why. Check this out. It's because of this man. This is Daniel Penny Sr., Daniel Penny's father. Now, as you can see, guess what rank he is. He's the colonel of the chief inspector of the New York State Police. Now, there's another picture of the New York State Police, and you can see Colonel Daniel Penny. As you can see, he on the second far left is Daniel Penny Sr. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is mainly the reason why that Daniel Penny Jr. hasn't even been charged, because of his father has a higher rank with the New York State Police Department. So you see, this is mainly the reason why that Jordan Neely, killer hasn't even been brought to justice yet. And basically now we know why. So it's time for Alvin Braggs to do the right thing and charge Daniel Penny Jr. of the murder of Jordan Neely. So TikTok, let me know.
I am really very sad, You can imagine being broken and all you need probably was just food and water to drink, and then you also die broken. I mean, this is one of the saddest story I've ever heard. I mean, it's so sad. And as you all can see, if it were a dog that man killed, it would have been everywhere. But because he's a black man, nothing is being done. And I am asking, why are people being inhumane? Why is this wickedness still going on? How do you wake up and kill somebody for no reason? Because there is no reason why he was killed. They killed him because he's a black man. I am not even fit to talk about this. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain. Thank you so much for all the support. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.